Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Markos-Thresher and today I'm going to guide you through a dynamic vinyasa practice. So dynamic vinyasas, it is what it sounds like it is. It's quite fairly fast paced. We tend to move with our breath and we move through a flow of postures, connecting them all together. So be mindful of what's going on in your own body today. If you've got any injuries, just take it as you need. I'll give you modifications as we go, so if you need to change it up for yourself today, feel free to do so. Otherwise, grab yourself some blocks, maybe your mat or just something to practice on, and let's get going. Okay, so we're all going to start seated today, so just sat back towards our heels. If that's uncomfortable at all, you can always slide a block underneath the sit bones as well, just to elevate yourself a bit. Otherwise, we're going to just roll the shoulders back and down the spine, ground the palms of the hands in towards the tops of the thighs, and grow tall through the crown of the head. A gentle tuck of the chin towards the chest, and maybe bringing the eyes to close. And if you would like to practice with any music, feel free to do so. I have a bunch of playlists attached to my Spotify that you can have a look through and find your favorites, so feel free to make your practice as you want to today. And as you arrive here, just bringing some gentle awareness to the breath. Noticing the wash of air as it runs past the top of the lip, up through the nostrils. And back out, exhale. Taking another full breath in through the nose. And keeping the lips sealed, exhale out the nose. And maybe starting to count the rhythm of your own breath. So maybe there's a count of 4, a count of 5. And you can equal that breath count on your exhale, or maybe add an extra count. So you're really starting to steady and slow the breath down. And just feel free to find your own rhythm with this. So it could be that there's an inhale count of 4 and an exhale count of 4, maybe an exhale count of 5 or 6. And seeing if you can commit to that breath throughout the rest of practice. It's totally fine if you forget about it every now and then, that's completely normal. But just reminding yourself of the breath, if you do remember to do so. And allowing the breath to be your guide today. Let's all bring our hands to prayer at heart center, choosing something to set our attention to today. Maybe there's an intention or a dedication, a person that comes to mind naturally. If not, then my offering to you today is choosing something to be grateful for. Just a moment of gratitude, whatever that might be. Perhaps it is for the people in your life, the roof over your head. Maybe it's the little things of every day, the smell of a flower, the taste of your dinner. Anything that's really bringing you happiness and joy in your everyday life. Okay, starting to blink the eyes open, everyone. I'm going to drop our right hand down towards the floor. Take an inhale, start to sweep the left arm up towards the sky, find length, press into the right fingertips. And as you exhale, we're going to cactus the left elbow, turn the gaze towards the top fingers. I'm going to go for 2 more like this. Take an inhale, find length. And exhale, cactus. Follow the fingers with the gaze. Let's go for 1 more. Take an inhale. And exhale for your cactus. Nice, everyone. Let's come up through center, find length through both arms, energize through the fingertips, and exhale, drop the left hand down towards the floor. Refined length, take an inhale, ground through the right sit bone, and exhale, cactus the right arm this time, send the gaze towards the elbow or towards the fingers. Take an inhale, find length through the side body, and exhale, cactus the top arm, gaze back. Final breath, take an inhale and exhale. Nice, everyone. Come through center, take an inhale. We're also going to lift onto our knees at the same time. Just separate the knees a little bit wider. And we're going to bring our right hand towards our lower back. As we inhale, start to pour the weight back, energize through that top arm, reach the fingers away. Keep wrapping the right elbow in towards the spine. So we're really helping just send the weight forward here. And then think about closing the space between the top ribs and the hips. So we're engaging through the core. Nice and soft into the mid-back, active into the right arm, and lengthening through the left shoulder. Take a full breath here, inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, let's come up through center, release through the arms, find length. Taking it to the other side, left hand towards the sacrum, the fingers face down here. Start to send the hips forward, or take it to the side so you can see. Keep squeezing that elbow in towards the midline, engage through the glutes as the hips move forward. Keep lifting up through the heart space, through the front body, and then start to energize the top arm back and dial the right pinky down towards the floor. Okay, maybe the eyes close here. We'll try and bring a sense of softness into the back of the neck and into the front of the throat. Exhale, release. Let's go for one more breath. Inhale. And exhale, come back up through center. Nice, everyone. Let's sit back down towards the heels. Bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the lower belly. Just take a moment to come back through that neutral spine shape. Okay, and when you're ready, we're going to walk the hands forward to a tabletop. Start to walk the hands over towards the left-hand side of the mat, and then start to walk them as far away as you can for a lateral Anahatasana. We're going to pulse it here, press into the fingers, lift up through the heart, inhale, and exhale, melt it back down towards the floor. For 2, inhale, exhale. Inhale, final one, round through the shoulders, press into the feet, press into the hands, and wave it back down, exhale. Let's start to walk back up through center. Going to take it straight over to the other side. So walking the hands over to the right corners of the mat. Melt the heart down. Take an inhale, lift the heart space, draw the navel in towards the spine. Melt it back down towards the earth, exhale. For 2, inhale. Exhale. Final one, inhale. Find that space all through the left side waist as you exhale. Okay, let's come back up through center. Let's take one cat-cow. Drop the navel towards the floor, roll the shoulders away from the ears, lift the gaze. Exhale, round up through the back. Round through the shoulders, press the floor away. Tuck the toes from here. Start to hover the knees an inch above the ground. Really pushing the ground away here, making space through the shoulder blades. Send the gaze towards the fingertips. Taking an inhale. Taking it back as you exhale, downward facing dog. And anything intuitive that wants to happen here. Pedaling into the heels, spreading through the toes, spreading through the fingers, gazing past the knees. Let's take one more full breath here. Finding stillness, exhale. Let's walk the toes up to behind the wrist creases, as many steps as you need. Take a halfway lift as you arrive, lengthen the spine, gaze forward. Fold and exhale, keeping the knees soft as you need. Let's all rise for Urdhva Hastas and bring the hands to prayer. Lift the thumbs, see thumbs, inhale. And taking it into a back bend as you exhale. Okay, starting to release the right hand. Now the right hand is going to come to the lower back, kind of like we were on the floor. Keep sending the hips forward, engaging through the glutes. Keep fingers facing down of the right hand and squeeze the elbow into the midline like we did earlier. And finding that length, pulling up through the quads, squeezing the glutes towards one another. Final breath, inhale. Nice, exhale. Come up through center, take an inhale breath. I'm going to take it straight to the other side. Left hand comes to the sacrum, fingers face down. Flip the right hand up and over. Exhale. So we're finding a standing camel here, but it's kind of half supported, half not. So if at any point this feels a bit too much, you can always bring the other hand to join at the sacrum if you want some extra support. Final breath. Exhale. And fold forward with soft knees, exhale. It's going to be a ragdoll forward fold. So maybe from here, swaying the body from side to side, maybe swiveling the neck, lengthening one leg and then the other. Just coming out of that lower and mid back for a moment. Take a halfway lift, inhale, pour the weight into the fronts of the feet. Hands come down, step it back to a high plank. As you exhale, drop the knees, the chest, the chin, all the way down towards the floor, gaze is forward. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, take an inhale for your cobra, squeeze the elbows towards the waist. Tuck the toes, make child's pose, knees go wide. And remember, you can come here to rest at any time you need throughout class today. Take a full deep breath, inhale. And exhale. We're going to round our back. Start to move your way through a tabletop. Really puff up through the back body. As you exhale, release the feet, drop the hips, exhale. We're going to go for 2 more like this. Start to inhale, sit bones back towards the heels. Exhale to arrive. Rounding the back forward through tabletop, inhale. Release the hips, release the feet, exhale. Taking it back, inhale. Child's pose, exhale. Final one, inhale, round it forward. Release hips, release feet, exhale. It's going to be an upward facing dog from here, so tucking the toes under, lifting the knees, lifting the hips. Round over the toes, make a downward facing dog, exhale. Okay, let's lift the right leg to the sky, 3-leg dog. Step it in between the hands and drop down to the left knee for your low lunge. As you inhale, release the hands up towards the sky. And as you exhale, drop the right hand down towards the floor or towards the block. Find length on your inhale, gaze up towards the left elbow. And exhale, cactus the arm, gaze back. Let's go for 2 more, inhaling here. Exhale, cactus, gaze back. Final one, inhale. And exhale. Come through center, inhale, release the hands. Fold and lengthen the front leg, exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Rebend into the right knee, take an inhale, fingers to the top. Step to the top of the mat, make a halfway lift. Fold forward, exhale. Let's bend the knees, make Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, draw the navel towards the spine. Maybe the feet are about shoulder width distance apart. And then start to send the weight into the heels of the feet. Draw the right knee in towards the chest, take an inhale. And cross the right ankle over the left knee, exhale. Bringing the hands to prayer at heart center, figure 4 with the leg. Utkatasana, and roll the shoulders away from the ears, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Final breath. And exhale. Single leg Tadasana brings us up. Curl the right knee in towards the chest. Take it down for a forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High plank. Exhale. Let's take a full breath at the top. Inhale. And you can always drop it down to the knees here, or you can start to hover your chaturanga at elbow height. Gaze forward. Take a cobra or an upward facing dog. Lift the gaze. Roll over the toes, make downward facing dog, exhale. Okay, other side, lift the left leg to the sky, 3-leg dog. Exhale, step it in between the hands, drop down towards the right knee. Take an inhale, make your low lunge, release the arms, and then maybe bringing your block with you to the other side. The floor feels a little bit far away. Let's start to find that side stretch. Reach the right arm up and over the head, gaze is high. And exhale, cactus the arm, send the gaze towards the elbow or fingers. 2 more, inhale. Moving with the breath, exhale. Final one, inhale. And exhale. Okay, take an inhale, release the hands towards the sky. Take a fold forward, lengthen the front leg, exhale. Bend back into the knees, take an inhale, connect the feet at the top of the mat, fingers come to touch, halfway lift, and forward fold, exhale. Let's make Utkatasana chair pose. Bend the knees, lift the arms. Exhale, arriving into this space. Okay, the left knee is going to come up towards the midline, cross it over the right, take your figure four. And then maybe the hands come to prayer at heart center. Flexing through that left ankle, active into the toes, and then rebending into that right leg. Let's go for a full breath. Exhaling. Nice, everyone. Single leg Tadasana brings us up. Curl the knee in towards the chest. Take a forward fold, ground through both legs. Exhale. Take halfway lift. Inhale, gaze forward. High plank, chaturanga your way, or meeting us in a downward facing dog, wherever you would like to be. Cobra up dog, your back bend. Take an inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Let's take a full breath in through the nose and out through the nose. One more. Exhale. Let's lift the right leg to the sky, make three-leg dog, inhale. Exhale, step it in between the hands. This time it's going to be a high lunge. Use the in-breath to rise, squeeze the left glute. And exhale, drop the right hand down towards the floor. So it's not going to reach the floor, but just hovering those fingertips, taking it back into that side stretch. So really grounding through that right foot here, thinking about tracking the right knee back towards the midline, and nice and grounded through the back toes. Let's breathe here for two. Inhale. Nice and soft into the bottom elbow. Exhale. Final breath. Exhaling. Nice, everyone. Come through center. Take an inhale. And fold with long legs. Pyramid. Exhale. So again, the blocks can be either side of the foot here, to whatever setting feels good. Think about really reaching the heart towards the toes. Energize through the crown of the head and fold forward. Exhale. And peeling that back heel away from the floor. Really lifting up and out of the heel and energizing into the back toes. Final breath. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely, everyone. Pop your right block towards the side if you have it with you. We're going to start to send the weight forward. Float the left leg. Take it into your twisted Ardha Chandrasana, twisted half moon. Walking that block underneath the left hand a little bit further forward. And really trying to open up through the chest towards the right. Lift the right fingers. And then dial the left toes down towards the floor. To find that length and space all the way through the left calf and back of the knee. Okay, 2 breaths. Final breath. Okay, the left knee is going to bend and the right knee is going to bend at the same time. If you have a strap, you can always connect it around the left ankle. Otherwise, we're going to reach for a bind of the left foot, taking it into a twisted dancer, but we're going to keep the standing knee soft. Bring the left hand towards the top of the right thigh, and then start to kick the left foot away, but keeping the standing leg nice and bent. And we're just using that left hand here to really lift up and out of the chest. Let's breathe for 2. Squeeze the left glute, exhale. Final breath. And get out of the legs, exhale. Nice, everyone. Take high lunge, inhale. Open up to warrior 2, exhale. I'm sweating too, don't worry. Okay, let's reverse our warrior. Take an inhale. And exhale, right elbow towards the right knee. Extended side angle, the left arm moves up and past our left ear. And again, you can make this what you would like. You can keep to the elbow. You can drop the right hand down towards the floor. Maybe there's a bind underneath the thighs here. Any way you would like to be. 1 more breath. Exhale. Okay, come back up through warrior 2. Lengthen the front leg, bend into the left knee this time, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Walking the hands forward for a nice deep fold. There can always be, again, blocks underneath the sit bones here. You can take this a bit higher if it feels better into the ankles. And really indulging into those hips. One more breath. Exhale. Okay, next inhale, lengthen both legs, all the toes face the same way, Prasarita. Take a halfway lift, inhale, fold forward, exhale. From here, walking your hands over towards the right leg, taking it into a nice side stretch, Prasarita fold. And keep moving the weight in towards the fronts of the feet. There can always be blocks under the hands, if that feels a bit better. Or maybe there's a bind around the calf or the ankle. Okay, our next breath, we're going to come up and out, turn to face that right foot again. Drop down towards the left knee. Take an inhale, make Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Kali Mudra with the fingers, the first finger points up. And you can either hold it here, really reaching the arms back and away. You can take it into more of a back bend shape by leaning the fingers back, leaning the weight back, squeezing the left glute. Perhaps from here you start to bend in towards the left knee, and maybe the fingers just start to work in that direction. Equally, you can always take a slightly different bind here, maybe catching the foot, melting the weight forward into the hips, into the left quad. Final breath. And exhale. Nice, everyone. Releasing the foot. Lengthen the front leg. Take an inhale. Just a fold, transition, exhale. Okay. Ground into the right foot. Step the left foot to join at the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold, exhale. And we're going to take, here for one. Energize through that back thigh. And exhale, gorgeous everyone. Bending into both knees now. That left hand is going to reach for the top ankle. So using your straps if you need. And then we're going to start to rise for that bent knee variation of dancer pose. The right hand crosses towards that left thigh. See if you can kick the sole of the right foot up towards the sky. Lift through the heart, lift the drishti, your gaze is ahead. 2 breaths. You got this. It's fiery into the legs, I know. Exhale, final one. Nice, release it back. Take a high lunge, inhale. Warrior 2 as you exhale. Wave it back, reverse your warrior, inhale. And connect left elbow to left knee, exhale. Sweep the right arm up and past the right ear. Find your extended side angle. And again, your variations are welcome here wherever you would like to go. Fingers towards the floor, inside the foot, outside the foot, or to a block. Or maybe there's a bind there today. 2 breaths. Can you just lean the weight out of that bottom arm? So you're trying not to dump too much weight into the left leg. Nice, everyone. Okay, warrior 2, we rise, take an inhale. Bend into the right knee, Skandasana to the back, exhale. Take a halfway lift, inhale, make yourselves comfortable here. And then start to walk the weight forward for a Skandasana fold. And if you can, staying nice and active into those left toes, so they're really peeling intentionally up towards the sky. Using the breath, come back to the breath if you've lost it. Exhale, nice everyone. Okay, lengthen into both legs. Take a halfway lift in your Prasarita and fold, exhale. The hands are going to walk towards the left leg for a side stretch. So maybe there's a block, maybe there's a bind of that ankle. And then we're just going to really think about finding that length through the right side body. Lifting, tilting the hips up towards the sky. And then taking that fold towards the left leg. Final breath. Nice, exhale. Okay, let's all turn to face our left foot. Drop down towards our right knee. Sweep the arms high. Take Kali Mudra with the fingers. The first finger points up towards the sky. Lift up and out of the shoulders. Squeeze the right glute. And then exhale, melt into the hips, keeping that height through the chest. And if you took variations on the other side, maybe there was a bend of that right knee, you can stay nice and active there if you like as well. You can always use a strap, or you can just keep working the heel towards the glute, or maybe catching a bind of the foot. Let's breathe for 2. Exhale, lift the chest, lift the eyes for 1. And exhale, release. I'm just going to lengthen that front leg, take an inhale, and fold forward, exhale. Then back into the knee. Let's arrive at the top of our mat for a halfway lift, inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Well done, everyone. Okay, the right hand is going to find its way down that leg, maybe taking the peace fingers around the big toe. Starting to move the weight into the right foot. Remember, your straps are available here as well. Starting to come up through standing into your Utthita twist. Kick the sole of the foot forward, open up the left hand towards the back of the space. And exhale, arrive here. And there can be a soft bend into either knee. Don't worry about having the legs dead straight. Final breath. And exhale. Nice, everyone. Sweep the leg high. Standing split transition, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra, upward facing. And downward facing dog. So nice, everybody. Well done. Take a full breath. Exhale, drop down towards the knees. Make Anahatasana puppy pose. So walking the hands to the far corners of the mat, keeping the tailbone lifted nice and high. Finding some nice back extension here. And if you want, you can always turn this into a dolphin. Ground into the forearms, tuck the toes, lift the hips. And maybe if a pincher is in your practice, you start to take it up, squeezing the thighs together. Final breath, everyone. We'll all meet in a child's pose wherever you have been. Maybe walking the hands back towards the heels. Relax the forehead down towards the mat. Okay, let's start to make our way to our downward facing dog. Take an inhale to move forward. Tuck the toes, exhale, take it back. Let's lift the right leg to the sky, 3-leg dog. As you exhale, bend into the knee, knee to nose, and drop the shin down towards the floor. Just turn the right ankle away, and then make it to your modified side plank. So there can be a block underneath that bottom hand. Start to find length through the left side body. Let's take a full breath here, finding that space all through the intercostal muscles between the ribs. And exhale. Okay, if you want, you can keep it there, or you're going to start to move the weight forward into that right hand. Start to lift the left leg up and bend into the left knee so that you can maybe catch that ankle again. Start to send the hips forward and send the foot back. Take an inhale for your back bend variation here. And exhale. For 2, inhale. Exhale. Turn the gaze high, final breath. Nice, everyone, exhale. Slide that left foot back down towards the back of the mat. We're going to come to seated. So you're kind of in a wide-legged seated forward fold, but that right ankle is still to the outside of the right glute. So again, always elevate yourself onto some sit bones if that's a little bit uncomfortable, into the hips or into the knees, anything like that. We're going to drop the left hand down towards the floor or towards the right thigh, wherever feels comfortable. And then start to sweep the right arm up and over. Take it into your side stretch. From here, maybe a strap connects the foot towards the hands, or maybe the peace fingers connect to the big toe. Start to thread the weight through. And maybe use that left hand on the right thigh just for some gentle resistance here. 2 breaths. Exhale. Final breath. And exhale. Okay, start to rise everyone. Take an inhale. Bring the hands towards the top of the mat and chaturanga, exhale. Cobra, upward facing dog, inhale. And downward facing dog is your exhale. Left leg goes high, 3-leg dog. Bring your knee towards your nose and drop the shin down towards the floor. Turn the foot out, find your modified side plank. Take an inhale, elevate through the bottom shoulder. Exhale to arrive. Pull the navel in towards the spine on every exhale. And keep opening the chest up towards the sky. Final breath. And maybe starting to find your bind here. Taking it into your variation with a bound ankle. Send the hips forward, lift the gaze. Maybe finding a bit more intensity into that right hip flexor. Okay, let's all release the foot back down towards the mat and then find your way to that wide-legged seated shape again. I'm going to turn to face you. So the right leg is going to be long this time, the left foot towards the outer glute. Drop the right hand to the center or towards the opposite thigh, and then start to scoop that left arm up and over. Find a bind of the toes. Wrap that right shoulder inside the thigh if you can, and then start to thread the chest through. Gaze past the inner seam of the left tricep. Two steady breaths. Final breath, exhale. Gorgeous, everyone. Let's all rise together. Take an inhale. Bring the hands towards the top of the mat. Step it back to a high plank. And chaturanga, exhale. Cobra, up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Okay, we're going to make our way through to seated. Lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward. Step, jump, float through your way. Let's arrive with nice long legs. We're going to take a Paschimottanasana, nice and passive. So tucking the chin towards the chest. Start to roll the weight forward, nice and round through the spine. And you can bring your block with you into the inside of the thighs. Just taking some time to simmer down the breath. Simmer down the body temperature. And slowly continuing to roll all the way down towards the floor, moving your block out of the way. We're going to find a happy baby. So bending the knees towards the armpits, finding a bind of either the toes, the feet, the calves, the ankles, the thighs, whatever feels good. And maybe you keep it in stillness, or you can sway from side to side. Maybe even lengthen one leg and then the other. Taking a few final breaths here. Think about really lengthening the tailbone down towards the floor. See if that changes where you feel this one. Let's take a full breath in through the nose. Part the lips, release it out the mouth. Final one, inhale. Release, exhale. And with that final exhale, start to release the feet down towards the earth. And you can either take a shavasana, you can always close with a Supta Baddha Konasana as well if that feels quite nice. For me, that feels quite intuitive today, so just go wherever feels good. And know that your shavasana might not always be on your back. You can always take a comfortable seated meditation. You can take it on your side. You can take it wherever feels the most restorative, the most restful for your body. Allowing all of those movements, allowing the breath to wash through the body. Maybe you tried something new today. Maybe you surprised yourself. Or maybe you gave yourself permission to take it slowly. However you approached your practice today, just giving yourself a moment of gratitude for simply showing up on your mat, for making time for you, just time to breathe. Taking these last few moments of stillness for yourself before you go on to do whatever it is you're going to be doing today. Absorbing every moment, nourishing your body with the practice, with the breath. And staying here for as long as you need. There is no hurry. But if you're coming with me, starting to bring some gentle, intuitive movement back into the body. Maybe some circlings of the wrist. Some stretching of the fingers or clenching the fists. And interlacing the fingers, making a full body stretch, bringing the legs to connect. And reaching the toes away, reaching the fingers in the opposite direction. And curling the knees in towards the midline, give yourself a big, big squeeze. Maybe a few circles from side to side, gentle massage of the lower back. And making your way back through seated as you like. You can drop onto one side, or you can simply roll up through the spine, coming to a comfortable cross-legged place or sitting onto some blocks. Let's grow tall through the spine. Ground the palms of the hands on top of the knees. Take a full breath. Inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. Bringing one hand to the heart, one hand to the lower belly. Taking a moment of connection to yourself. A moment to just show yourself a bit of love and some gratitude. Let's bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Thanking yourselves for showing up for the community that brings us this practice. Lifting our prayer to the space between our brows, Ajna chakra, for our wisdom and our intuition. Bow down to earth to seal practice. Jai, it was a pleasure to guide you all. Thank you so much, everyone who joined me today. See you next time.